What's up guys, it's Light Spiral here with the Hall of Wind B5 Farmable Team video. So for those who haven't seen any of my Farmable Team videos before, basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to tell you how to get all 5 of these units, as well as all their the reasons each of them is in the team, so you guys can decide whether or not you want to use a different unit instead of these ones I have here, because you already have a different unit built, or you don't like these units I have, or whatever reason it may be. I'm just going to quickly go over them. So the first unit I have here is the Wind Griffin, or Bernard. He's a natural 3-star that you can get through any to more desert stage. The next unit I have is a natural 2-star, the Fire Harpoo, or Colleen. You can get Colleen through Unknown Scrolls or Secret Dungeon. Now basically any natural 2-star in the game you can really easily get through Unknown Scrolls or a Secret Dungeon or scenarios. Every single natural 2-star in the game has either a Secret Dungeon or a scenario battle. The next unit is Seek, the Fire Hellhound. You start with this guy, but if you already fed it, you can get it from Fame and Volcano, Unknown Scrolls, and basically that's it. And then the next unit is Rayok, the Fire Inugami. You can get this guy through Fame and Volcano, also natural 3-star. And then the last unit I have is Copper, the Wind Living Armor. It is also a natural 3-star. This guy is farmable through a scenario battle. Which scenario battle it is, I actually forgot which one it is, but you guys can look through and find it, and I might show you at the end of the video if I can remember. And I don't know if you can hear this vacuum in the background. I don't know if it's too far away or not, but I apologize if you do hear it. So I'm just going to go through the roles of each one of them in the team very quick. The first unit I have, Bernard, the Wind Griffin, is just in there for this full team speed buff. So replacements for him, any one of the full team speed buff is going to work. Colleen is in there to be a healer, and that's pretty much to be a healer, and her second skill does disturb HP recovery. So replacements for her could be anyone that does an HP recovery block, and in terms of a healer, you could replace one of these other one of the last 2 units with the healer if you want. Honestly, I would recommend that you just get Colleen, because you're going to be using Colleen in every single Hall of Wind stage and every single Necropolis stage except the water ones. So I'd recommend that you just go ahead and get Colleen as soon as possible and build her. The Fire Hellhound is in there with Colleen in the team. He's just a damage dealer, so replacements for him, anyone, if you do not have Colleen in your team, replacements for the Fire Hellhound would be anyone that does an attack buff and is a damage dealer, so like the Fire High Elemental or anything else that you may have. Rayok, the Fire Inugami, is just in there for damage, so replacements for him, any damage dealer that's not water. Copper, the Wind Living Armor, is also in there just for damage, so replacements for him, anyone that is any damage dealer that's not water. Now I know on the side I recommend 3 guard sets and defense percent on all 3 slots, but the reason why, if you guys don't know, is because for Copper, all 3 of his skills do damage proportionate to his defense, so defense will give him more damage than attack percent would, so that's why I recommend that. And that's basically why each of these 5 units are in the team and how to get all 5 of them. If you if you're having trouble with any other dungeons, be sure to tell me in the comments, and we'll try and make a video as soon as possible on that dungeon. And another thing I want to say really quickly is, although this team will work for B5 and probably B6 and B7, I doubt B8 or B9, and definitely not B10. I don't necessarily recommend building this team because, like I said a second ago, it'll work for B5, it'll work fast for B5. As you can see, it's a 30-second run, but if you go over and watch my Hall of Wind B10 video and build that team, it'll save you a ton of time, because right here, these are 5 units that you're going to have to get and awaken and build and rune, And then by the time you get to B10, which you'll eventually will get to B10, you'll have to make 5 more units that you're going to have to build and rune and awaken. So that's 10 units in total, when if you just go over and build the B10 team, those will be 5 units that will beat B1 through B10, every single stage, all 10 of them, that team will beat. And so then you'll only have to build 5 units instead of 10. That's just a recommendation. If you're really just itching to win B5 as quick as possible, you'll be able to build this team a lot quicker than you'll be able to build the win B10 team, because the win B10 team is obviously going to need or not obviously, but I did choose to pick monsters that were a lot harder to obtain than these guys, because these guys, although they're easy to obtain, like, just because they're easy to obtain doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be able to beat everything, and they're good units by all means. I would say all 5 of these units are one day going to be worthy of a 6-star for you guys, but I'd recommend you just build a B10 team. I'm rambling on about this for too long. If you want to build this B5 team, go ahead and build it. If you want to build the B4 team I built earlier, go ahead and build it. Or if you want to build the B10 team, go ahead and build it. I don't really care which one you build, but be sure to tell me in the comments if this video did help you. And that's all for today though, guys. So may the best of today's be the worst.